Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are here at Michigan International Speedway for race 13 of the NRSL Asus Republic of Gamers Truck Series. For 30 laps of racing here, disclaimer, tried recording this race for one time on a 20-lap event, went to show a replay, game crashed. I'm not going to say what happened, but it went green for like 17 laps, and the racing was absolutely insane. Which is awesome. Intense side-by-side racing, so that's why I increased the race length 10 laps, so they'll have to pit, and we'll see what happens. But let's get to your starting lineup. Chris Dodd and Dylan Young will start on the front row. Eric Benson, Eli Bright, row 2. John Arndt, Adam Samsel, row 3. James Shelley, JT Bryant, row 4. Johnny Gardner and Joshua Sekuli in row 5. So I have another dumb pop-up. Tyler Merkel is your hometown driver today at Michigan. Eric Benson is your points leader, 25-point lead over Zach Flickinger, 27 over Merkel, 52 over Dejan Weeks, who's cracked the top 5, and 53 over Edwin Mendez. Two bubble drivers, Dylan Young, dropped 6 spots from 13th to 19th. He has 16 points over 26th. And Matt Thiessen, who is 25th in points now, dropping 7 spots. He has 1 point over Wade Brummer, who sits in 26th outside the top 25. Adam Samsel, 32nd, 19 points behind Thiessen. And John Arndt, last in points, yet again, 56 points out. The rest of your chase field looks like so. LJ Toledo, Alexander Rowe, Philip Goldberg, and Marty Johnson, all in the top 15 with wins. Tyler Merkel, we're mentioning he's third in points because there are only 3 drivers without wins in the chase besides points leader Eric Benson. Merkel has a 34-point gap over the first person out of the chase. Dejan Weeks only has 9, and Danny Jones holds the last spot. He only has 1 point over Zachary Fitzwater, who is 1 spot out the cutoff zone. Eli Bright, 3 points out. Julius Anderson, 4. Tony Green, 6 points out. Green dropped from 5th to 11th in points after last week's race. Charles Sanford is 17 out, and Zach Rogers and Philip Parker are 18 out each. Chevy has won 7 straight races, so we'll see. Maybe Ford will try to break their win streak like they did in Cup. And yeah, that's all I got for you guys here for your pre-race. Like I said, it should be a great race. The action I saw in the race I was doing before my game crash was awesome. So hopefully it's awesome here too. Let's go trackside for command.
Drivers, start your engines!
So the command has been given. As I was saying, though, had a great race here. And, should have another good one here. Sorry if I'm a little tired. Sure I'll be able to get back into it soon. Just probably shouldn't have finished all my stuff before the command. Danny Jones had a great chance to win last week, but he decided to pit, among others, at Pocono, when apparently they didn't need to pit at all. And Marty Johnson was the first car to stay out, and he never looked back and got the win as they did a 1-lap shootout for the victory. That big crash was insane. Took out guys like Tony Green, Dylan Young, Matt Thiessen, all had gotten taken out. Green and Alexander Rowe both dropped 6 spots in points. Rowe from 6th to 12th, and Green from 5th to 11th. So it's a tight battle for sure for those last 2 non-win spots. But you never know, if we get another winner here today, things could change. We've had 11 different winners. As they approach start finish line, green flag is in the air. get up to speed. We'll see who's got the best truck to make their way to the front, as James Shelley's making it 3 wide. See Chris Dodd with the edge, has Eric Benson behind him. Now James Shelley making it 3 wide there. Oh, getting dicey. Dodd clears them all as they are 3 wide behind. That bottom line cannot be the best. Middle and high line are the preferred lines around here. See, that bottom line's going to have to check up a bit off the corner. Benson gets a huge run off. He moves high. Dodd's going to block him a bit. And look who we have here. We have John Arndt in the 05, who is in a giant hole. Needs to get some good races here in these last 4 races. Needs to gain a lot of points. Dylan Young fighting back with a nice run on the high side. Now Benson will look for the race lead. I'm sorry, I forgot to put the ticker up. Benson trying to dive through the corner. He might have to lift a bit. Yeah, he is. Dodd will get the run off, and Dylan Young's going to make it 3 wide. This will help Benson, though, because he'll get that middle lane as you see Young slides up past the lift. Side by side are the 31 and double zeros. Here comes Eli Bright in the 08. Giving direct support to Benson. Dylan Young's going to move up to the high line. Great racing here so far. Bright's going to have to lift a bit. Benson come off the middle groove of the corner, as Dodd will get another run. Now Chris Dodd peeking back to the low line. And Dodd will probably complete this pass easily, but here comes Eli Bright. He's going to look low. Dodd completes the pass. They're double file. About 10 rows. Now Benson peeks back to the middle of Dodd as Bright clears. No, not yet. Dodd's getting that run. Here comes Adam Sampsell, another guy who needs to get some points gain and going. So 2 of the 3 drivers outside the top 25 up front, trying to get a top 5, top 10 finish. Bright leads on the bottom, but Dodd's getting a run. He's going to peek to the outside. Bright leads the lap, but you can see that high line is moving. Some more 3 wide action going on. That's James Shelley all the way on the bottom. As tires start to wear, the high side will become really dominant. And there's Dodd peeking out again with that high side momentum. Sampson right on his back bumper. Oh, he's going to get a bit too close. Neck and neck down the front straightaway. Dodd will lead this lap. Thing of note, closest finish in the Truck Series has been by 0.06 seconds. The biggest has only been 0.94, so these guys have not won a race by over a second, and that shows the competition level here in the Truck Series. As I think, oh, they're wrecking. Marty Johnson's one of them. That'll be the first caution of the day here on lap 7. And it looks like Chris Dodd will lead him back. Sampson peeked out at the last second, won't get it, but so Dodd leads. Now let's see, they could wreck after the line. It has happened before in the Cup Series. Just hoping they don't squeeze each other too much here. Yeah, people are leaning doors a bit, but I think everyone's good. Let's see if we can see who was involved in that. I saw Marty Johnson spinning. Oh, Wade Brummer is involved. I see some damage on his truck. I see some on Martin Suarez. I see some on Kev Shearer. Philip Parker's got some hood damage. That's really it. Doesn't seem like it was too much of a crash, but let's take a look at the replay. All right, let's see what happened. You see Philip Goldberg's going to get put 4 wide, and we know from the Cup Series that 4 wide does not work coming out of turn 2. So let's see what exactly happened here. Ooh, Marty Johnson's going to slide up off the corner. Does this start with the 99 and the 39? They're 4 wide. I got room. Oh, the 39 is going to move down into the 20? Yeah, Rowe moves down into Toledo, and that moves him up in the Thiessen into Goldberg. Johnson gets sent around, and now they're all around. There's Wade Brummer. Julius Anderson gets a piece. Emmanuel Hartnett just going to miss Marty Johnson. Then you see in the back there Tyler Merkel, Ace Vado, Charles Sanford making contact. Hefshear. Philip Parker is going to pile into this thing. Oh, and he spins out, and he's going to nail the back of LJ Toledo. That's not what he wanted. That's going to be a tough break for them. They were just getting close to hopping into the chase field without a win. So that's not a good day for Philip Parker's team. And a lot of these guys with minor damage will probably continue with some form of aerodynamic damage. But with that said, let's get you to the race restart. Getting ready to go back green flag racing. Philip Parker is the only driver out of the race. Here's your top 10 rundown coming to 19 laps to go. Chris Dodd is your leader. Adam Samsel is second. Dylan Young third. Joshua Cooley fourth. Eli Bright fifth. Nick Smith sixth. John Arndt seventh. Tony Green eighth. James Shelley ninth. And Henry Williams rounds out the top 10. This is going to be interesting to see how they restart here because of being single file. The Cup cars had have a bit more horsepower to them, so draft wasn't so much of a key to get going. So this could get interesting. We could see 3 wide right on the restart, maybe into turn 1, into turn 3. In the middle of the corners, it's going to get hairy. Green flag's back out. Samsel's going to peak to the high side right away, and so is Dylan Young. And they're going to be 3 wide for second. Dylan Young's going to get the best move out of this because he's got draft from Chris Dodd, but nope, Sakuli's going to get some of that now. Samson will get a bit of a run. He should hang with. You see Dylan Young drafting with Chris Dodd. And now here comes Sakuli. So 2-3 truck packs right now. Bright wants to get back to the front, though. He almost put Sakuli 3 wide. But Adam Samsel does make it 3 wide. There's John Arndt. He's on the back end of the 04. You can see the 31 and 07 are really, really making this close. 31 was really pinching right there. Bright's going to have to check up here. That bottom line does not work if you do it wrong. So Sakuli is going to clear Chris Dodd for the lead. As we look in the back, see those guys that got some pieces of that last wreck. You can see clearly with some form of aerodynamic damage. Looks like mostly Philip Goldberg. But the 3 wide is back at the front as Sakuli battles with Samsel. Dylan Young is on the bottom now. He has to check up too. Sakuli fighting back hard on the 40. Gets a good push down the back straightaway by Chris Dodd. Lots of Chevys up front trying to continue that win streak. Ooh, Dodd's getting close. Almost turned the 07, but pushes that truck up the middle. Who leads it at the line this time? Whew, I think Samsel did. That was close. Chris Dodd getting that middle line run. Dylan Young will plop. Adam Samsel in the middle again. Has to lift yet again. Just can't get a good run in the right corner. Samsel clears Dodd. Samsel could be looking to be the second driver in the Truck Series to get 2 wins. As completion of this lap, we will be halfway through the race, and I don't believe these guys have pit yet because I didn't see the order change on the restart from when they took the caution. Samsel leads. His last win was at Dover. And when Tony Green went really wide here, this might not be good. Nope, they're good, Never mind. But Samsel, Dodd, and Sakuli running away on the high side. As you can see, Goldberg, Ace Fado, Merkel, others, just struggling to hold on to the draft. Now Samsel getting a run for his money from Chris Dodd, who will lead that lap again. John Arndt's on the bottom. Dylan Young not going to go 3 wide just yet. Arndt's going to peak here at the exit of the corner. He has to lift a bit. It's going to cost him and Dylan Young. Sakuli and Samsel will fly by on that high side. Now Sakuli's going to look into turn 3. He has to lift. He can't hold it. They're starting not to be able to hold it in turn 3 either. John Arndt's going to plop it 3 wide on the tri-oval straight. Arndt has to lift on the bottom as Samsel's going to get a huge run off the corner on Chris Dodd. James Shelley, a lone Toyota up at the front. He's in 4th place as him and Samsel will move to the bottom. Samsel's going to slide up a bit, holds it kind of even. Both getting the same amount of draft. Oh, I don't even know who led that lap. They're saying Samsel led that time by. Wow, that's crazy. We could have a photo finish here, and that would be insane. Oh, Henry Williams is wide off at turn 4. He's in the wall. They keep it going. Samsel will clear now. James Shelley clears Chris Dodd too. Mostly the same amount of guys up front, but James Shelley has managed to work his way up to 2nd place on these worn tires. And the question still remains is if these trucks have to pit or not. And I'm not sure if they do or don't. Pitting early. Oh, and Flickinger just got turned and someone just nailed the wall. Oh, man. Caution's out. Coming to 10 to go. Samsel is your leader, and I saw someone drill the wall after they bounced off of Flickinger, and that did not look good. Dejan Weeks, 4th in points. His day's done. That's not what that team needed. This is really going to hurt them in the point standings. Quentin Moore's got damage. Fitzwater might be in it. Flickinger we saw get turned. Alexander Rowe, I think I see maybe a little bit of hood damage. Oh, Keith Rich is on the apron. James Qualls is on the apron. Their days are done. So with 10 to go, I want to just see if these guys do actually have to pit or not, because if they don't, this is going to be crazy with who managed their tires the best. I think they're going to pit. If you don't pit here, you're going to be at a huge disadvantage. Oh, maybe not. Nope, nobody's pitting. Oh, somebody is. Yep, nope, that's James Qualls because his car's damaged. Keith Rich will pit. Quentin Moore and Dejan Weeks, and it might have been the 63 that nailed the outside wall because that looked awful. Let's take a look at the race replay. Alright guys, here's what happened. Looks like Colin Denton gets a bit loose in a 3-wide situation with his technical teammate Zach Flickinger, and he's just going to get into his left rear here, and they're just bringing it down the track, trying to find a way to save him, and right here, boom, snaps loose. Loss of traction. James Qualls is going to get sent right into the wall. Hard lick. Quentin Moore there hit him. He hits Qualls. And then Dejan Weeks has nowhere to go. Fitzwater. Edwin Mendez. There's Keith Rich making contact. A lot of guys do a great job slamming the brakes. Alexander Rowe does make slight contact, but I'm surprised Qualls didn't get any hood damage from that because he nailed that wall. But that is your second caution of the day, probably the last one. Let's get you to your race restart. Getting ready to go back, green flag racing. Dejan Weeks, Keith Rich, Quentin Moore, James Qualls all out of the race. Dejan's going to take a huge tumble in points with that 38th place finish. So that's going to be a bad day for him. Here's your top 10 rundown coming to a restart. 6 to go, probably be the last restart of the race. Samsel leads. Chris Todd is second. James Shelley is third. Dylan Young fourth. Joshua Sakuli fifth. John Arndt sixth. Nick Smith seventh. Johnny Gardner eighth. Eli Bright ninth. And Eric Benson rounds out the top 10. So the points leader, again, so far, if he can get another top 10, it will be another great day for him. Green flag out in the air. 6 to go. Samsel got a pretty good restart on Chris Dodd. Shelley's going to look for that spot off the corner. Dodd gets a bit of a run. He's got Dylan Young behind him. Shelley, Sakuli on the bottom. Samsel's hugging the middle line a bit. So he'll hit 5 laps to go this time by. Dodd's got a big run. He's got a decent run there. It's not a huge run, but he's coming up there. John Arndt has moved to the high side as well. That low line, Shelley there you see it. He got a bit tight, a little loose. Had the lift big time. Here comes Dodd, Dylan Young. There goes Dodd. Dylan Young's going to stay high. Dodd slides up a bit, side by side with Adam Samsel. They'll hit 4 to go. You know that high line has the domination. John Arndt, Eric Benson. Arndt goes low, behind Shelley. Benson's going to creep up here third on the high side. Now Shelley pushed up the middle by Arndt. This is really going to help some people on the high side. Samsel with a big run has Dylan Young and Benson behind. Now John Arndt. Benson moves to the bottom behind Shelley and Dodd. Dodd now gets a good run through the corner with his draft helpers. Only 3 to 2. Young falls back. This could help Dodd make a pass on Adam Samsel. Coming to 3-2 go. Zach Flickinger severely damaged. They will probably not catch up to him, but with 3 laps to go, the battle is heated up here. We are not stepping away at all. Shelley had to lift. That's going to help Samsel and Dylan Young get by Chris Dodd here, possibly. And there goes Samsel. He makes the move to the bottom. Young sticks with Dodd for now. Now he's peeking middle. Shelley's going to get a nice run back up here to the front. 2 laps to go. It's been mostly Dodd and Samsel fighting all day. Sakuli's looking low on Shelley. Don't make it 3 wide into turn 1. Dodd and Samsel still neck and neck. They've got Shelley, Young helping out. Here comes Eric Benson. He's in the middle. Sakuli has to lift. Dodd knows he cannot let Samsel clear him. Still neck and neck. All the help's going to Chris Dodd down the back straightaway. Shelley will move to the bottom now. Benson up the 5th, your points leader. Shelley slides up. Benson has to lift a bit. Young, the only one giving draft help, is helping Chris Dodd. White flag in the air. He's peeking middle. He's peeking middle. Dodd drops down. He's going to block him. Samsel doesn't have a lot of help on the bottom for draft. He's got a lift. Dodd's going to clear the 40. Does Dylan Young have anything for him? Last chance here into turn 3. Does Chris Dodd get a win in the Truck Series? Here comes Dylan Young midway through the corner. Samsel's helping the 29. Now he's helping the 31. To the checkered flag. Chris Dodd wins at Michigan in the closest finish of the season. Wow, what a race. Dylan Young. If Dylan Young got the draft help from Samsel down the front straightaway, he probably would have got it. Dylan Young will come home short in second place, but he needed that good finish being in the bubble zone. Adam Samsel third, needed that. Joshua Cooley fourth. Eric Benson, your points leader with top 5. That's really going to help him with Flickinger having a poor race. Eli Bright sixth. We talked about him earlier. James Shelley seventh. John Arndt eighth. Needed that top 10 run. Nick Smith ninth. And Tony Green will round out the top 10. So Chris Dodd, your race winner. What a finish. Trucks heads next to their last short track before the chase. That is Bristol Motor Speedway. It's gonna get crazy. But tomorrow I will see you guys at Rockingham for the Cup Series. That is the 4th to last race before their chase. So I will see you guys then.